admittedly incorporator ng LS99 through Mr. Duan Renwu. So we see, ito na po yung sinasabi ng Matrix na parallel operation. We have here two owners of yung supposedly yung land-owning corporation which will eventually lend to the POGO, of which they are still actually a part of. Yung si Mr. Duan Renwu, if I remember, is ninong po ni Ms. Ong. Is that correct, Ms. Ong?
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
And admittedly, si Mr. Duan Renwu, kilala rin po ni Ms. Guo. Is that correct, Ms. Guo?
Your Honor, nakilala ko po siya through Cassie Lee.
Through Cassie, allegedly. You met Cassie through the boyfriend na hindi niya nga mabanggit kung anong school or anong birthday. But admittedly, you know si Mr. Duan Renwu, who you were seen together abroad when you escaped the Philippines. Is that correct, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, na-met ko po siya nung sinama po ni Cassie sa amin.
Oh, pero kasama po ninyo abroad. Indonesia po ba yan or Malaysia?
Hindi po kasama. Na-met ko lang po siya dahil sinama po ni Cassie.
Dahil doon. And Mr. Duan Renwu and Mr. Zhang Chen naman, paano mo po kilala, Ms. Guo? Siya po yung nag-arrange ng hotel nyo, di ba?
Your Honor, hindi ko po kilala si Zhang Jie.
Hindi nyo po kilala. Pero in-arrange lang po yung hotel nyo.
Hindi po siya nag-arrange ng hotel namin. Hindi ko po siya kilala.
Hindi niyo po kilala. Okay, we'll come back to that. So, si Mr. Duan Renwu and si Xiang Che, na president of LS99, dito po natin nakikita in parallel po yung nangyayari sa kanila. And why I find it hard to believe, for example, yun, yung kwento ni Ms. Ong na kilala niya si Ms. Guo through the boyfriend, di naman lang masubstantiate. And kay Ms. Guo naman, although this might be hearsay for the committee, pero ako po personally, I hope you'd understand, di po ako naniniwala sa story na kayo po ay sa Tarlac from 0 to 38. Actually, Mr. Chair, can we ask the committee if naka-ready po yung photo? It was already shown before, pero yung class photo po ni Ms. Guo.
Secretariat.
Ms. Guo, while waiting for that po, you say you were born in 1986. Tama po ba?
Yes po, Your Honor.
That puts you at, how old are you now po?
38.
38. And at the time, naalala niyo po yung picture po no, na na-present last time. But you claim na di niyo po yun...
Ano pong picture,
invoked
Your
your
Honor?
right. Yung picture, class picture niyo po.
I invoke my right.
You
Opo.
invoked your right. Pwede mo naman sabihin na hindi ikaw yun, di ba?
Your Honor, I hope you understand, sa sobrang dami na pong kaso na nasampahan po ngayon sa court, kaya anything po na isasagot ko po dito sa inyo might use against me po.
Opo. Well, I think that's why I have a tendency not to believe you po. Kasi kung talagang hindi ikaw yan, I think you would have said that's not you. But instead, you invoked your right to self-incrimination. And why do I not believe that? I can identify two of the people behind you. Magkabatch po tayo, Ms. Guo. I know what year this was taken. And they have a description of you. Nung pumasok ka po sa Grace, napaka-thick po ng accent ninyo, Mandarin lang ang kaya niyong salita. But you were very friendly and you were very makulit. And that's why they had a hard time to forget you, even though hanggang grade 3 ka lang daw po doon. Now I know, like I said, that's hearsay as far as the committee is concerned kasi hindi naman nandito yung may personal knowledge doon. But when I was talking to that person with personal knowledge, na-convinced naman po ako. And they've identified you. In fact, if you were 38 and this picture was 2001, you would have been 13, 14 po ba? Kasing age mo naman yung mga 19, these people were born 91, 92. Kasize mo naman po, I don't think you're that much older than them. And that's why I really don't buy that story that you were born in 1986. And I don't buy the story that this is not you. In fact, they called you Ping. Ping po yung nickname nyo dito. But anyway, that's just to prove the point po, no? But what does that say about the testimony here before us? Thank you, Comsec, for the picture. We have a Latin maxim po, no? Falsis in uno, falsus in omnibus. When you're false in one thing, it's false in everything. So this puts into light every statement that you have made. Of course, aside from the statements made regarding the right against self-incrimination. But if we're talking po about everything she said, that she was in Tarlac for 30 years, that all of her life, or the fact po that she was not the person in the Bamban resolution, this is going to be your testimony versus documentary evidence. Yung Bamban resolution number 185 series of 2020, citing you as the applicant for Hongsheng Gaming, ano po yung sagot mo doon? You said you have no recollection at all kung paano na nasama yung pangalan po ninyo. Tama po ba yan, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, all related Hong Sheng, Bao Fu, I invoke my right against self-incrimination po.
Okay. And just proves it even more. If you can't relate to us how you're related to the resto, then I guess the document stands po na may kinalaman po kayo sa Hong Sheng. Another thing po, you claim na walang Filipinos involved sa escape. How do we know that we can take that for granted? Kasi, yun nga, as far as we're concerned, false in one, false in all. And then, of course, the allegations that 3.2 billion was transferred to Hong Sheng through the partners mentioned earlier. And it's parallel also because I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Chair Dan Fernandez mentioned there was also a similar transfer going on between Mr. Duan Ren Wu and Ms. Cassandra Ong. So we see nga po na talagang I think may basis yung matrix, talagang parallel yung operations, and I think that's as much as we can get from them. Baofu and Hong Sheng versus Lucky South 99 and Whirlwind are two sides of the same coin. They're parallel operations held by a consistent cast of characters, and now that the Quadcom is digging deeper, we're now moving